So fat loss, the concept of fat loss is really, really, really simple. And there's going to be people that are kicking off at me for saying that, saying, oh yeah, but fat loss isn't simple. Some people find it difficult, some people find it hard. No, you're getting mixed up between easy and simple. Fat loss, the concept of fat loss is simple. This is why. Fat loss is accrued via creating a calorie deficit. You've heard every single coach and their dog say that to you. This is whereby you eat less calories than what you burn off consistently. The reason as to why this causes fat loss is because it's governed by something called the first law of thermodynamics. And the first law of thermodynamics is a law of the universe, kind of like the law of gravity, which states that energy can't be created, nor can it be destroyed. It's got to be transferred from one state to another, which means that all of the energy in the universe now, even the energy that's used to heat up your food in the oven, was there at the time of the Big Bang. It's just been going through different forms and different states along the way. Now, when you eat less calories than what you burn off, because a calorie is simply a unit of energy, much like a watt, your body cannot create energy from nowhere, because if it can, then it's violating that law of thermodynamics. So it actually gets energy from its next available source, and the way that we store energy is through our body fat. This is why when we eat too many calories relative to what we burn off, we put on body fat, because our body is storing energy for its next time when it needs it. It's basically like a survival mechanism. That is fat loss, and no matter who does that, no matter who you are, no matter where you are in the world, if you do that, you will lose fat. The only way in which that does not happen is if you have violated the first law of thermodynamics, which is impossible. You are going to be the first person in the history of the universe to do that. Now, despite the fact that fat loss is simple, for some people, it's harder because there are multiple different factors which will impact the ease in which you lose fat. I'm going to take a thread which I posted the other day and take a look at the reply that I've got. Now, this person here is saying that even though fat loss is caused by calories in versus calories out, there are multiple other factors which do impact that, which I do agree with. There are multiple factors which impact the ease in which you lose fat. They don't impact fat loss in and of itself because they don't create calories from nowhere. Your meds that you're on don't create calories from nowhere. Your hormones do not create calories from nowhere. Metabolic adaptation does not create calories from nowhere. All that these things do is impact the ease in which you eat less calories or burn off more calories. Let's take hormonal imbalances as an example. So when you've got hormonal imbalances, it's usually testosterone or progesterone or estrogen. Fat is distributed around your body a little bit more differently because depending on what you've got more of, if you've got more testosterone, you might hold more body fat around your shoulders, around the bottom of your back, and around your waist. However, the female counterpart of that is holding more fat on the bottom of your arms, on your chest, and on your hips. Now, if you've got hormonal imbalances, let's say, for example, your testosterone is heightened and your estrogen is low, you're going to distribute more fat around your waist and on the bottom of your back rather than on your hips. And because the fat is being distributed differently, you might notice it a little bit more different than what you did previously. Doesn't mean you put on more fat, it just means that fat is being distributed to different areas, and because it's areas which you're not used to, you're going to notice it. Now let's take something like PCOS or endometriosis. These things don't directly impact fat loss, but what they do is they impact your TDEE, so your total daily energy expenditure, how many calories you're burning off, through multiple different reasons. For example, mood. If your mood is really low and you're in a really uncomfortable state, you probably won't want to go up and get a walk done, and you probably won't want to go to the gym or get a decent session out. This is ultimately going to reduce the amount of calories you're burning off in a regular day because of this reason. They don't create calories from nowhere, they just impact your ability to burn off more calories. So for you people who have got hormonal imbalances or who are going through health issues such as endometriosis, PCOS or anything like that, or maybe even stress as well, that's a big one. Fat loss occurs for you in much the same way as what it does for everyone else. You just need to eat less calories than what you burn off. But you need to put extra steps in place to ensure that that happens and to ensure that it's actually relatively easy to do so rather than struggle to do it. Actively put steps in place to go out for a walk once a day. Actively put steps in place to eat more protein to help offset the reduction of calories burnt via exercise. If it's hormonal imbalances, then choose other metrics for progress than simply circumference measurements or looking in the mirror. Basically, what you need to do is you just need to put extra steps in place to offset these challenges rather than having a fixed mindset of, oh yeah, I'm just going to put on weight because I've got endometriosis. You're not. I hope that helps and I hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions for me, comment below. If you like this video, give it a like. And if you want any more content like this, then make sure that you're either following my Instagram or subscribe to this channel. Peace.